we're always wanting to be a more diverse mix of students on campus because, frankly, it's more interesting. We are blind in the admissions process in several ways. We're need blind, so a person's economic status is not taken into consideration when we consider them for admission. And race and ethnicity, for example, or disability status, none of those are factors that are used in making an admissions decision or determination. Students volunteer information about themselves. They're not required to tell us their race or ethnicity. They're not required to tell us their gender, that sort of thing. But they do. It's on the form, and the majority of students, do tell us that. So we would know what the mix of students is. But where we're going to use that mostly is that if we don't think that mix is rich enough, with the diversity that we're looking for, we're going to look harder and farther afield to make sure that students, all students, know more about the University of Iowa and what opportunities that it might bring to them. But in the sense of affirmative action, we act affirmatively. Let's turn those two words around. We act affirmatively in wanting to be as inclusive a campus as possible. There's a very thin line between having a goal and having a quota, because a quota can be limiting as well as expanding. So we don't try to go down that particular path. Now, that said, we have a diversity goals, and we have every year since we began creating strategic plans at this university. There's been a diversity goal. And we would like to have 12% overall on campus, which would probably be twice what the percentage of our general population in the state of Iowa, is in terms of diverse peoples. It's a question of enrolling, bringing in an entering class that's as diverse as the pool out there will allow it to be. And if we want to grow that, then we'll work to grow that. But it'll always be based on two things: students' academic preparation and ability to succeed here. And there's not two sets of admission standards at the University of Iowa. There's one set of admission standards. We're not under any dictate, or hard and fast rule to get a number, but we are under a strategic plan mandate that says the University of Iowa should seek to become more diverse, in my case that I work with in terms of student admission, in its enrollment, in these particular ways. Affirmative action is often looked at as something that means upholding the law. And I think people who practice affirmative action are really have in mind making sure that the institution for which they work, in this case University of Iowa, is open and available in all aspects to all persons, regardless of race, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, religious preference. There's a whole list of things, and those are the most common ones.